The recent 2024 presidential debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden has sparked intense reactions, particularly among Black and Hispanic Americans. Former President Trump's references to Black jobs and Hispanic jobs have been widely criticized as vague and insulting, stirring anger and concern among many Democrats and community leaders. During the debate, Trump warned that migrants were taking jobs from Black and Hispanic Americans, a claim he reiterated at a rally the following day. The fact is that his big kill on the Black people is the millions of people that he's allowed to come in through the border. They're taking Black jobs now, Trump stated. He suggested, without evidence, that Democrats want migrants to displace Americans as voters and painted a grim picture of the nation under Biden's leadership. Those clips are hilarious. When I was scrolling through TikTok, watching the responses from the debate, I was really rolling on the floor laughing. It was so hilarious. Those are the ones that I've saved because I knew I was going to talk about this. And I just said, after I stopped laughing, I did have a moment to think back. And I graduated from high school in 2001. And so basically, after high school, I didn't immediately go into college. I worked in the hospitality industry for about 6 years on and off. I started off at the front desk, worked in sales as a sales coordinator and then a sales manager. And so basically, during that time when I first came in, to that position, there were quite a few housekeepers and women that worked in the kitchen area that were Black, and they were African Americans. They were born and raised in America, probably for several generations, and they were very good at their job. Like, honestly, hotels ain't been cleaned as well or as great ever since because of the pride that they had in their job, whether it was cleaning the rooms, making sure, as far as laundry, that the sheets were cleaned and freshly starched, and just everything was to perfection. That was during that time. But through the course of me working in that industry for Hilton, we came under new management, and a lot of times these hotels are franchised. So the company that owned that particular Hilton also owned a variety of other hotel chains that was not a Hilton brand. So they were not 100% committed to whatever Hilton's quality standards, whatever. They were committed to the money. And that happens a lot of times as well. So when we came under this new management, the general manager began to hire undocumented workers in the laundry and housekeeping department. And so he he did that because he did not have to pay those workers insurance. He did not have to provide all of the other benefits and services that come as your American right when you're an American citizen. He took advantage of the desperation of those people that they just wanted to work. They couldn't be concerned about a better quality of living your life. They just have to survive. And so he began to take advantage of that, hired these undocumented workers. And these women that were housekeepers were forced to find another job at another hotel. And that worked out for a couple of years, but it really has died out where a lot of times when you do step into that business, you see that there are a lot of undocumented workers working in that industry because the employers found a loophole. They found a way to make more money because that's what it's all about. And so, in a way, I do understand what that point was because I literally saw that happening with my own two eyes during that time. And I also can recall that in high school, basically for my 11th, my junior and senior year, I was a part of a work program that allowed you to work, go to school the first part of the day, and then you would go to work like maybe 11 or 12 o'clock. And they had two programs. One program was for retail. The other program were for office jobs, such as call centers. And I want to talk about that for a moment because around that time, call centers began to pop up, and it was a opening for a lot of young Black men and women to get those jobs that then it allowed them to not have to work in retail or service industry. And during that time, there was a lot of Black people that was allowed, well, not allowed, but they applied for those jobs and they got them, and it was the most money that they've ever made. I just specifically recall that because I was in it. I remember I was there. And before that time, when you were in high school and even some people in college, this was around 2001, you started working in industry jobs like service. You started at fast food in high school, Burger King, McDonald's, Taco Bell. I can recall several of my peers working at those places. You may get a job at the mall working retail. But during that time, there was an influx of positions open to high schoolers in office jobs. And it was like more office jobs as far as call centers available to minorities than ever. And so now when you call centers, well, back then when you called them, you would hear people that sound like you. They may be from another part of the United States. You may hear my accent. I may hear someone from up north's accent, Midwest accent, down south like Louisiana, that type of accent, but you could understand them. Now when you call centers, it's it's a challenge to get your thought communicated, let alone your issue resolved a lot of times. And that's because a lot of those jobs began going overseas. And so when I hear people talk about jobs now, if they're in a position where they're looking for a job quickly and to get work, it's not so quick and it's not so easy anymore. They're not just able to go and just get a service job like they thought they could from back in the day. It's not like that because there was a shift, and that shift has taken place, and it has been slowly taking place for the past 2 decades. And so now we feel the impact of that. And I'm not just speaking off the top of my head. I'm recalling the many testimonies that I've heard from people in the community say, it's not so easy to just get a job. I don't even care at this point. I'll go work here, I'll go work there. But they're not able to just get on those jobs because there are new systems, there are new processes that companies have adopted in order to make more money. So there's that.
Gordo, 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 gordo. Black job, black job. Let's go. Go, get it, get it. There's a black job, gordo. Give me your job. Give me a job. Fuck. She got away.
I need that from my tia.
She'll come again. I'll order again from Amazon. She won't get away with this.
See, everyone got their little jokey jokes about black jobs. Yeah, it's funny. 2053, they're predicting we ain't gonna have no income. You know why? Because most black people are in the service industry. Oh, that's where the threat from the southern border is coming. But we raised our kids to go to college, get college degrees, get good jobs. We don't talk about where the threat is coming for those. That's coming across the Atlantic Ocean. Go look in your hospital while you're laughing, and you'll see there's more nurses from across the Atlantic Ocean than there are from America. You'll see the doctors got foreign names, look a little different, look like they're from India. The technicians in the computer industry look like they're from Asia. So these are all immigrants, but because we only think an immigrant comes from the southern border, we think it's a jokey joke. But let me tell black people something, because most of y'all are Christians, and in your book it says, as the days of Noah, should it be in the last days. So keep joking, because the flood's coming.
Economic research, including a 2024 paper by economists Alessandra and Giovanni, suggests that immigration has generally increased employment and positively affected wages for less educated workers born in the United States. However, other research indicates that greater immigration may have negatively impacted the wages of less educated Black men, although it is one of several contributing factors. Polls show that some Black adults are concerned about immigration affecting employment opportunities. An AP NORC poll from March found that about 4 in 10 Black adults see it as a major risk that the number of jobs available to American workers will be reduced by immigrants. Conversely, 3 in 10 Black adults view it as a major benefit that immigrants take jobs that Americans do not want. In some communities like Chicago, the influx of migrants has heightened economic anxiety and concerns over the fair allocation of government resources. Nonetheless, Black and Hispanic Americans are generally more supportive of immigration than other demographics. Racial justice groups in cities such as Chicago, Denver, and New York have been proactive in addressing potential conflicts between communities of color and undocumented individuals over job issues. For many Black activists, Trump's comments have done little to alter their perception of the presidential race. Michael Blake, founder and CEO of the Carroll's Democracy Project, emphasized the importance of promoting the benefits of diversity rather than succumbing to fear. It is the responsibility for us to then tell the story of the benefits of diversity rather than the fears of it. And the notion that those people are taking from you is a fear-only message, as opposed to asking, how do we all win? Blake said. When you embrace our races, we all win. We should not allow fear of the past to supersede the prosperity of the future, because we all can win. As the debate continues to unfold, the responses from Black and Hispanic Americans highlight the complex and often divisive nature of immigration and employment discussions in the U.S. The call for unity and inclusivity remains a powerful counterpart to the rhetoric of fear and division.
When Trump said that migrants are stealing black jobs, we know the type of jobs he was thinking about. It's like this, and this, and this. But these are stereotypes. But you know what? I'm here at the 84th Grand Conclave of Mega Psi Phi Fraternity. What better place to ask, what type of jobs do African Americans have? Because obviously, it's not the stereotype. What do you do for a living?
I'm a retired New York City principal.
What do you do for a living?
I work in sales in Columbus, Ohio.
What do you do for a living?
I do technical sales. I build public safety networks.
I'm a supervisor for a catering company for the airlines, so I make sure everybody's safe from going home at night.
Software engineer, Kennedy Space Center. Attorney, I work for the district government. I'm IT guy for Northrop Grumman. I'm an IT project coordinator on my own tech business. What I do for a living? I'm a software manager. Sales.
I'm an NCIS agent, federal agent, and a polygraph examiner for them.
I work for a nonprofit organization that supports families and individuals when they experience some level of trauma or stress.
I'm the AVP of Program Management. I manage project managers and business analysts all over the world.
I am the chief meteorologist for Telemundo and for the NBC affiliate in Delaware.
Question.
What's up?
What do you do for a living?
I own my own restaurant.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a social worker. I'm a student. At Jacksonville State University.
What are you studying?
Psychology with sports management minor.
I am a school teacher.
I'm an HR professional at FedEx.
High school principal.
I work at the United States Military Academy in the admissions department.
I'm a retired colonel, United States Army, 31 years. But my profession now is that I sell oil and gas.
I am a physician. I do sports medicine and occupational medicine. I work in the Richmond, Virginia area.
I currently attend the United States Military Academy, took a mission to be a second lieutenant in the United States Army.
Same, I attend West Point and God loves the infantry.